Harry, this is Lord Potato, and this is What If Naruto Had Momoshiki's Otsutsuki's Karma Seal, Part 4. Bing. But yeah, so, let me do a recap on what happened last time. Naruto, he is, well, already overpowered. He does have his Golden Star Byakugan, and of course the Karma Seal. Now, I never mentioned how much percent that Momoshiki has kind of took it over, really. It's at 87%, I should have mentioned that last time, but yeah. Now, of course, this is where Team 7 did take, what's it called, two C-ranked missions and some D-ranked missions. The two C-ranked missions were kind of protecting some people. But yeah, mostly protecting the village and then kind of helping Tarzan and all that. Now, Naruto did train Serena, Serena is the Hyuga who is from the side branch, and Naruto actually gets rid of her, what's called, Cage Bird Seal. Now, of course, with that happening, her Cage Bird Seal is gone, and of course, she's now able to unlock her full potential. Naruto managed to train her, during the Tazuna arc to actually activate her blue Byakugan. Now, let me mention how it looks. So this is how Serena actually looks like her Byakugan. It's blue. But of course it does go back into pale white. Now, of course after that it was gonna go to the tuning exams, but let me actually change. Instead of going to the tuning exams, it's another C-rank mission. Now this C-rank mission is actually going to be with another team. No, it's not gonna be Team 8, Team 10, or Team Maikai. This team is actually from another class of the, well, what's it called, academy. If they do graduate and all that, you know how there's multiple different classrooms in an academy, yeah, you get the point, right? This team is called Team 15. Now, Team 7 15 are actually going to team up to take on a C-rank mission. Why? Well, Hiruzen thought of it as like a good teamwork for, well, Naruto, Sasuke, and Serena to meet other people that aren't from their what's called classmate room or anything like that. So Team 15 contains of Serena Kushu, who has long blue hair. It's kind of like a lightish blue hair. She, in her classroom, was considered the most beautiful woman, but at the same time, the Ice Queen, because she didn't like any guys, and all guys were kind of dumb and always kind of annoyed her and all that. And she glares at both Naruto and Sasuke, because her team actually contains of two other girls. The other girl is named, Shanda, Shanda Kren, who has brown hair, short brown hair, and green eyes. Now, of course, she is kind of shy and quiet, and she doesn't like Naruto or Sasuke neither, because they're guys. Now, the other person is with green hair and green eyes, lime green eyes. Now, of course, her name is Inko. And of course, there's their leader, and of course, is a female sensei, and her name is, well, her hair and eye color, her eyes are dark blue color, and her hair is just long brown hair, dark brown hair, and her name is Nokanena, so that's her name. Now, of course, the three females named Sayana, Shana, and of course, well, Inko, are from different clans, but very small clans. Not like huge clans like the Uzumaki. Well, I mean, the Uzumaki were never mentioned that much. The Uchiha, Hyuga, or anything. But of course, Naruto sees the glare from the sensei and the three girls. And Naruto sees, are they supposed to call me demon or something? And of course, the three girls also do glare at Sasuke, and Sasuke says, "What are you glaring at? You people are below me. I am Sasuke Uchiha." Now this is where Naruto's... Really, the sensei did not really glare at the Uchiha. I mean, she did, but she only did it because she doesn't like Naruto or Sasuke, and definitely doesn't like Kakashi neither. she likes a girl anyway, but they're guys and they don't like the guys because she thinks all guys are perverts and all four of them. But Naruto's over here looking at something else. Well, not looking at something else, just thinking in his mind, saying, "What the fuck did I just get myself in?" Momoshiki says, "Interesting. These people has, I think, what is that called from the time we read a book? Kenkais, I think so." Naruto says, "How the fuck should I know? I don't care. If they dare to attack me, I'm absorbing all their attacks. Also, this Uchiha arrogant bastard must smash him to the ground if he keeps being arrogant." Sasuke's over here kind of saying he's the best and all that, just bragging about he's being the best. Until this is where Harusa says, "Your mission is to protect a village. This village is kind of bigger than, well, what Team 7 would have, like, taken on before. So this is why you gotta do..." Now, this village, which he mentioned, is to protect a princess from, what's it called, bandits and all that. Since the princess did ask about how many bandits had been attacking her and all that, or her village and all that, and has kind of harassed her about kind of giving money and also giving up herself. But yeah, they don't have enough money because the bandits did have attacked multiple times. So yeah, that's what's the secret mission. Now, of course, this is where Kakashi nodded. Of course, he's reading his book. Naruto's caring less. He's like, "God, why am I have to do stupid missions like this?" Now, the tuning exam will start about a month later, but yeah. Now, this is where Sasuke saying, "I can do it by myself. I am Sasuke Uchiha." Naruto grabbed his head from his back of head, smash him to the ground, and say, "Shut the fuck up already." Now, Sayana is right now looking at Naruto like with amazing eyes. Because Naruto gives no flying fucks about the Uchiha or the council. So, of course, Horuzen says, "Okay, well, begin your mission now." This is where Kakashi says, "Great, I have to pick up Sasuke again." Has to carry him like a potato sack again. And has to just leave and says, "Meet me at the gate in 50 minutes. Or not 50 minutes, 30 minutes. This is where Naruto already disappeared. Like, both Sayana and Naruto did a body flicker. They disappeared. Now, of course, the three girls are kind of amazed with Naruto giving no flying fucks about the Uchiha. Yeah, Naruto usually smashes him to the ground, knees him or whatever. But yeah, with that happening, both Naruto and Sayana actually arrived there kind of late, about 1 hour. Since Kakashi done the same, he just let Sasuke's body just be laying there, while the, what's it called, Team 15 managed to get there in 30 minutes. They had to wait about 20 more minutes. Well, not 20 more minutes, another 30 minutes before the other rest of the teams have joined. So, of course, they are very kind of annoyed. Even the three girls kind of noticed the girl was also late. And they know about Sasuke already being knocked out and guessing Kakashi just let him lay there. Of course, Kakashi says, Sasuke hasn't woken up. Gotta carry him again. Oh, wait. Naruto, do you mind carrying him? No, fuck off. And Kakashi says, fine. Whatever. Just starts carrying him and all that. So yeah, that happens. Now, of course, this is where we go into, well, Naruto, Sasuke, and Sayana right now are just walking ahead. Well, not Sayana, not Sasuke. Sasuke's being carried by, Kakashi. Team 15 is right behind them and all that. Sayana and Naruto are right now just talking. Sayana wants to, like, keep training with her dojutsu, but doesn't know when to train. Naruto says, whenever. But then Sayana says, but you know a little bit more about my dojutsu, don't you? Naruto says, no, not exactly. Your dojutsu is completely different and more potential than that of the Byakugan. I'm guessing you can see about a 720 degree angle more than the Byakugan. And she is amazed. Her Byakugan has evolved more to that of strength. Now, of course, with the, when she did activate her, like, blue Byakugan for the first time, when she deactivated, her eyes actually changed. Instead of being pale white, they are kind of palish blue. Of course, Naruto always had to put a genjutsu over her eyes so that Hyuga doesn't decide to put another cage bird and pluck her eyes out. Because Naruto actually wants to see how strong would these eyes be. Now, Naruto and Serena are just walking ahead. Of course, the three girls are kind of asking their sensei, and why there's those two, and why is the guy talking to the girl? This is where, well, Nakarena kind of asked Kakashi, why did you let your teammates kind of date each other? This is where Kakashi says, date? I don't see damn dating. Naruto's too cold and ruthless to even care about dating. Ziona just really is kind of much of a fangirl, or not really much of a fangirl, towards Naruto, since I guess Naruto helped her out one time. I don't really know about their relationship. This is where Nakarena says, interesting. Does the boy ever decide to make any approaches on the girl? Kakashi says, no. Why is that? And then Nakarena says, Then, but yeah, that's what happens. And of course, Inko, Serena and Sharana, they're kind of just whisper to each other. I mean, not Serena, Serena. Kind of all whisper to each other and nodded that if Naruto ever does do anything to Serena, they will attack. This is where 5 bandits have showed up, with 1 ninja being in front. Now, of course, Serena just jump back, and of course, everyone gets into guard, while Naruto is still walking forward. Naruto does not care. This is where the ninja says, you're approaching me? I don't know why I decided to do it like Dio. Nah, but the person that says you're approaching me, being cocky, kind of being smart ass and all that. Now, this ninja's at least Jonin level. This is where Kakashi and Ayan also did kind of notice his chakra. Now, of course, this is where the ninjas decide to try to punch at Naruto. Naruto dodges the attack, or dodges the punch, and Naruto grabs him from the face. Now, of course, this is where his karma seal is at. He grabs him from the face, and Naruto's right now draining his chakra. Now, of course, this is where Kakashi and, Serena and also Sasuke's knocked out still. But everyone is shocked. Naruto's right now draining his chakra, and right now his chakra reserves, the ninja, is about gaining level. This is where the other bandits start to attack Naruto. Naruto uses wind style without any hand signs, and sends a wind slash at the 5 bandits, cutting their heads clean off. Naruto is not smirking, not smiling, not anything like saying, ha, you weaklings. No, he has a cold ass expression. This is where Naruto goes up to the person and says, I kind of stole your chakra. I'll return it back. This is where, Naruto makes a ball of chakra. No, this is not the Rasengan or a Tail Beast Bomb, because Naruto does not know about the Rasengan and does not know about the Biju. He doesn't even have Biju in him. But yeah, Naruto makes a kind of whitish, not whitish, a blue kind of color in his palm. It's kind of too small to be a Rasengan that much. This is where Kakashi realized that that's a Rasengan. And then he says, how does he know? Naruto, instead of being a Rasengan, it's actually a blast. It's a beam. And he shoots it at the person. Boom! The person is obliterated. There's just a giant fucking crater. You know how when you do Kamehameha, there's a crater and all that? Yeah, think of it like that when Goku does the Kamehameha. But yeah. Zoro Kakashi widened his eyes, and that was not what's called a Rasengan, but a new technique that Naruto created. He realized that if he can take so much chakra, even though he is kind of foreign chakra, he can make a small blue ball out of the chakra that he took in, and can make it as like a kind of projectile attack. So yeah. So with that happening, Naruto is still walking forward, even though the road is kind of damaged, but yeah, he doesn't care. Serena kind of just follows Naruto, and is right now just walking next to him and kind of talking and saying, "Well, that's so cool. Do you think you can teach me blah 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 so I can become stronger?" Naruto says, "I don't know if you can learn it." Naruto said, straight up saying that as a fact. You need lots and lots of chakra. You have to combine it into a palm and only use one hand. Trying to use two hands, I don't know about that. Only learn how to do one hand. Contains so much chakra and then launch a ball. Well, mostly, kind of combine all that chakra you are actually using into the small ball and then launch it, making basically a beam to hit those who are in front of you. Serena kind of nodded and tries to do it. Naruto knows that Serena isn't going to be able to learn or anything, but Serena actually makes a tiny, smaller than Naruto's chakra attack, and it's actually pretty small in her palm. So she decides to launch it because she is actually a genius and knows that Naruto has lots and lots of chakra and keeps going. And she doesn't know how it keeps growing, but she knows that, well, she won't have enough chakra. So she makes a tiny one. And of course, she moves her hand back and kind of launches, well, not launches it. She just shoots the little ball beam. It becomes a kind of like plasma attack. And it hits to a tree. It's only like a small beam. And of course, Naruto was impressed and said, very impressive. You actually managed to learn it pretty fast. And of course, Aina's like rubbing the back of her head and saying, yeah. And of course, Naruto says, very impressive. I guess you're pretty much a genius. And I guess you knew that you wouldn't, be able to make that much of a large attack. And Serena says, I guess not. Naruto says, whatever. This is where Naruto and Sayonara keep walking. Of course, Kakashi's still shocked that Sayonara actually managed to learn that. And wonders if not Naruto, Sasuke can learn it. Well, he does not a big fan of Sasuke that much because Sasuke's still an arrogant prick. But if Sasuke tries to learn it, I think he would explode his hand. He doesn't know about the side effects. Yes, if you try to use way so much chakra, you are kind of killing yourself with the low chakra reserves. Or you will kind of fuck up your chakra coils. And also, you can blow up your hand. But he doesn't know about that side effect because Naruto's not going to tell anyone. He's actually hoping for people to actually see if they can learn it. If they blow up their hands, that's just, damn, he doesn't care. Now, of course, this is where the three girls are kind of shocked that Naruto's actually teaching, Sayana while trying to be flirty or anything. They always knew about their own classmates being always trying to be flirty and all that. This is starting to kind of get interested in Naruto. Not as, interested in flirting or anything, but just interested in why he doesn't care that much about the girls or whatever. This is where Naruto kind of senses something. He senses multiple attacks going towards him and Sayana. This is where Naruto, he uses, his wind style to kind of push Sayana back. And Sayana does manage to land. And of course, multiple kunais and shurikens almost hits Naruto. Naruto puts wind around him, blocking all the attacks, making them all blow back. This is where multiple bandits and almost like ninjas and tuning ninjas actually appeared. They said, who are you people? Or not exactly, who are you people? This is where you brat. How the hell can you do that with our hand signs? A Jonin ninja. It's about an S-rank ninja, close to an S-rank ninja, mostly kind of high tier A-rank ninja, appears and says, haha, that's very interesting, kid. But I don't really care about you. You can live, I can care less. I'm caring about those 5 girls. So he's talking about Sayana, Inko, Shana, and Serena, and also Nairena. So that would be 5 girls in total, yeah. And of course, Kakashi just realized, fuck. This is where Nairena, Serena, and Serena, Serena, and also Inko all get in defense styles. And of course, this is where Serena also does the same. This is where Naruto says, "Who are you exactly?" And of course, this is where the ninja, the sort of high rank A ninja, says, "My name is Captain Black." No, I'm just kidding. His name is what's it called? What is his name? What would I name him? Camouflage Low. Yeah, you want screw it, Camouflage Low. So that's his name. And he has a Kagekai where it allows him to actually camouflage into the wilderness. So yeah. This is where Naruto says, interesting. I don't care. Move out of my way. This is where bandits and also ninjas that were around them. There were about 10 not tuning as ninjas, but tuning ninjas, and about like 20 bandits, all laughing at Naruto. And the camouflage lord says, "Ha! That's a very good joke, kid, but I need you to move out of the way. I need to get those people. They'd be good to sell them on the..." Before he can even say anything, Naruto already nailed him in the stomach. Ow! Naruto, he put his hand on the person's back. And instead of draining his chakra, he did drain a little bit of chakra, he launches at the bandits. This is where the bandit starts attacking. And of course, Kakashi says, "Naruto, get over here." Naruto says, "So done. You people are blocking my way, and I'm not doing your shit." This is where Naruto activates the Karma Seal. And of course, the Karma Seal is now being shown, because Naruto's actually at... Well, you know that when Naruto kind of activates his Karma Seal, he has that horn and all that? It's actually showing right now. Naruto has a horn. And of course, his eyes right now, kind of pale white. It's the Byakugan, and also the Karma Seals on his hand, and also kind of his leg. And right now, on his face. And Naruto says, "You will all die. Now all of you die." He sends wind and fire, swings both of his hands, and wind and fire appears, burns through the bandits, and almost burns through the Chunins. The Chunins were horrified, seeing that bandits are getting ripped through. One Chunin tries to use water style, and realized that his water style, when it was about to hit Naruto, Naruto just blocks the water style instead of manipulates it, and sends the water style back at the person, killing him. That's when all the Chunins are horrified. Kakashi and also Team 15 are horrified. Now, Serena is amazed when Naruto managed to control the elements. Yes. So, Naruto, his Golden Star Byakugan is not showing right now, but right now, Naruto's not caring. Naruto is just sending straight hell on the Chunins. This is where Camouflage managed to get away from Naruto's rampage and killing him. And of course, it's right behind what's called, Serena. Serena, she activates her Byakugan. Her blue Byakugan does break the small genjutsu on her eyes, and does know about the person behind her. And she hits him with 128 palms, knocking this man straight to, hell. So yeah, this man is knocked out. All his pressure points are closed off. And of course, this is where Kakashi noticed her Byakugans are a light blue color of, Byakugans. Naruto over here already burns through them using fire style, wind style, water style, earth style, and even lightning style. He doesn't need to use hand signs at all. So yeah, since if you want to think about it, Momoshiki can really use what's called, need the elements without using hand signs. So yeah. So Naruto's really easily kicking their asses. Now, of course, this is where he turns off his, what's called Karma Seal mode, and tells Serena that was a good job. And Serena does smile at him and says, "Yeah, it's great." Now, of course, this is where Inko, Serena, and also Serena could not show off their skills. But they didn't really want to show off their skills because they know about the tuning stems and all that. And if Naruto can do that, he doesn't care that much. So this is when Naruto gets to Serena. Of course, Serena's happy and all that for the compliment and all that. And they get to the village. Now, of course, the village, the princess does tell them about how bandits and almost ninjas, probably ninjas, started attacking her village for the money and also for her. So the princess doesn't look half bad or anything. So yeah. Yeah, this is where the three girls from Team 15 and also Diana does like comfort her and all that, saying that you are very pretty and we won't let any like bandits or ninjas hurt you and all that. Kakashi is reading his book and he says sure why not with a friendly smile even though you cannot see it. Well, I mean I smile mostly. And of course this is where Naruto says sure whatever. You're probably in good hands with Team 15. Just stay out of my way when I'm killing people. And of course, Naruto said that in a cold voice, and of course, Kakashi says, I can't really tell him no. This is where Serena says, you'll be fine. Now Sasuke managed to wake up and says, I am Uchiha. Knocked out again. Naruto's not dealing with his shit right now. So, of course, the princess is kind of smiling the fact that Naruto knocked out his teammate for funny jokes that she thought. But no, Naruto just doesn't like dealing with Sasuke's shit that much. Or at all. So with that happening, this is where Naruto is right now training the outskirts of the village, kind of using his more elements and all that. And actually starting to use hand signs for jutsu. Since he realized that if he uses hand signs and all that, he actually use the elements more productive and all that. To actually make them stronger and all that. So Naruto keep using hand signs like what's called different hand signs for lightning jutsu, fire style, water style, earth style, or even wind style. This is where one person's actually seeing him, and Naruto says, you can come out, I know you're there. This is where Serena, the blue-haired girl, says, how did you notice me? This is where Naruto says, notice you, I can easily sense you from a mile away. You suck at using your chakra to being stealthy. Ninjas are supposed to be stealthy, aren't they? I don't really care about being stealthy or anything. But you suck at hiding your chakra. This is Serena says, I don't need to take shit from you, you're a guy. And Naruto says, I'm a guy, sure, why not? I don't care that much. But, can I say one thing? If I'm a guy and you don't like taking shit, why you here? Naruto said in a cold voice. And Serena kind of back off from that and says, well, I'm just here to call. So I forgot to mention, when I mentioned about Naruto having a Byakugan pale white, and not in his what's it called, Karma Seal kind of blocking and all that, his Karma Seal is kind of near what's called for his Golden Star Byakugan. No, on the other side, it was a pale Byakugan. So Kakashi didn't really see it, but Naruto did sense everything, easily can see everything. So he's using that Byakugan more. So he didn't notice he can actually use a Byakugan. Momoshiki did tell him that, yeah, even though the Golden Star Byakugan is a much stronger version than the Byakugan, it seems that, well, when I was getting rid of your Namikaze blood and all that, it kind of got mixed up with the Byakugan that was going to show in your normal Karma Seal mode and all that. But instead of that, it kind of switched to that of your right eye. Well, okay, so this will be right, this will be left. No, it switched to the left side. Your right side looks like it has the Golden Star Byakugan. With that happening, yeah, that's what happened. I guess you do have a Byakugan from my genes and all that. And of course, Naruto says, okay, I see. And you are right now at 87%. So basically, you're going to be able to have more percent of my power. Naruto nodded and says, okay, yes sir. So, back to what Serena's kind of talking to him. And she says, well, I don't really gotta care about you, huh? She's trying to be somewhat tsundere and all that. Naruto is getting annoyed and says, how about you leave me the fuck alone and go deal with the Uchiha or my teammate who is actually a girl. Since you girls like to talk to girls, fuck off and stop annoying me. Naruto's getting so annoyed that he's actually using Earth Style right now. And actually uses the Earth Style to put him into spikes in mid-air. And of course, Irina says, you wouldn't hurt a teammate, right? Naruto says, I don't care. I hurt the Uchiha every day. He pisses me off, and I would have killed him and plucked his damn Sharingan's eyes if it wasn't for the damn cancel, and if it wasn't for him being the last damn Uchiha. This is where Serena realized that Naruto is not playing around. He doesn't care about his teammates that much. And then he asked, not he, she asked about Serena's eyes. Naruto says, well, Serena's eyes are another thing. She's not arrogant, and also, she doesn't talk that much, which doesn't annoy me that much neither. Her Byakugan has so much potential that I'd rather help her than help that damn spoiled Uchiha. And Serena realized that Naruto's actually willing to help in kind of a sarcastic way. He doesn't like helping that much people. And of course, that's where Serena says, well, she like gulps up and all that and says, do you mind helping me? Naruto says, why the fuck should I help you? You basically dare to annoy me about teammates and blah blah blah. Go deal with your teacher, freaking other freaking teammates. I'm not here to train other people. And then she realized that she says, why not? This is where Naruto says, do you have a dojutsu? If you do not have a dojutsu, it's not my goddamn fault. Jesus fucking Christ, do you have a Kekkei? No. Basically, this team is formed into Kekkei and dojutsus. And then she realized, wait, but you don't have a dojutsu. Naruto says, I don't have a dojutsu, but I have a Kekkei where it allows me to kind of take people's chakra and I have no limit for it. And she just realized, oh, yes. Now, do you mind fucking off? And that's where she says, what happened if I said I do have a dojutsu? Naruto looks up and says, what is your dojutsu then? Let me guess, the Rinnegan. And she says, the what? The what? Momoshiki knows about the Rinnegan and all that, but he says, yeah, he did tell Naruto about the Rinnegan and all that. There being a golden Rinnegan, red, blue, whatever. He does tell him about Urashiki having what's called a blue Rinnegan, which allows him to see into the future and actually teleport away. So he wouldn't get hit, like kind of Ultra Instinct and all that. But Naruto says, what, you don't have the Rinnegan? And she says, what is a Rinnegan? Naruto says, I guess you don't have the Rinnegan. That's good enough. There's one problem missing. And she says, can I know about the Rinnegan? Naruto says, there's 3 dojutsus, if that's what you want. And she says, I know, but there's more than just the 3 legendary dojutsus. The Byakugan, Sharingan, and what is the first one? The Rinnegan. And she says, how does it look like? It's purple and it has a bunch of rings. Do you want that an exact explainment or what? And she said, can I know the rest of the abilities? It was wielded by that of, well... So Naruto did read on a book about the Sage's Sixth Path, and Momoshiki says the Sage's Sixth Path must have had the Rinnegan. Must have been the son of Kaguya. And of course Naruto nodded and says, the Sage's Sixth Path, which, if you don't know, is the one to create Chakra. And also being that of the disgrace Otsutsuki clan. Naruto said it that part last quietly and all that. But she kind of said, then, no, I don't have the Rinnegan. Can I just show you my dojutsu? Without you being kind of mean and being a jag about everything. Naruto's like, fine, show me your dojutsu. I swear to God, if it's just some annoying dojutsu that pisses me off. Fine, show off. This is where she shows off her dojutsu. And her dojutsu is, well... This is what she shows off her dojutsu kind of looking like. And of course, Naruto is kind of impressed and says, what is that? And this is where she says her dojutsu is mostly a sort of ice dojutsu. It's not like the Yugi clan where they uses Hydroton, but her ice jutsu increases that to actually uses actual ice, like Ben's ice or anything. This is where Naruto's kind of impressed. And says, oh really? Very interesting. Very interesting. Very interesting. I see. This is where he uses his golden star Byakugan, while even her even realizing that Naruto's using his own, what's called dojutsu. This is where Naruto says, I see you have some potential in using that. This is where Naruto uses wind and water to create an ice rock, and says, manipulate that and make it a weapon. And I'll see if you can actually use ice style pretty good. This is where Serena says, fine. So she starts working on how to, well, turn the block of ice into a weapon or anything. While Naruto keeps training on with using his elements. Now, of course, Serena's doing that. Sayana manages to come out of nowhere and says, Naruto. Naruto says, yes, Sayana? Can I please spar with you? Here's what Serena says, what the? Naruto says, sure. This is where Sayana says, yes. And of course, Naruto says, you realize I won't be going easy on you. And then Sayana says, you can use any, she says, okay. And Naruto says, don't just stick to just one thing. And don't think of using most of your taijutsu. Go use jutsus. I have shown you how to use different jutsus. And Serena says, fine. Serena was right now trying to make the ice into an ice sword and all that by using her dojutsu. And of course, she managed to do progress and managed to make a dagger. But it's not a sword. It's too small to be a sword. So, of course, this is where she stops for a while and sees the fight between Sayana and Naruto. Naruto, he disappears and it appears right in front of Sayana. Sayana did activate her Byakugan, her bluish Byakugan, and Naruto does kick at her, and she does manage to block it. Of course, after blocking it, she tries to use the Gentle Fist and knocking out Naruto's chakra points. Naruto dodges the attacks pretty easily, and then uses fire. He creates fire out of his hand, and almost throws it at Sayana. Sayana does manage to go through hand signs and uses water style to try to knock at Naruto, try to hit the fireball or Naruto. Naruto manages to dodge, and of course he uses wind style to kind of attack Sayana. Sayana uses water style to make a water wall. Now, I should mention what Sayana has. Sayana actually has water infinity, and also, a fire infinity. So yeah, she has water and fire infinity. Two things that can counter each other. But yeah, then she kind of uses fire style to kind of shoot at Naruto. Naruto easily dodges the attack, but Sayana also has another infinity, lightning. So she kind of charges at Naruto using the Gentle Fist, but a different version, by putting lightning chakra all around her to be very quick on her feet, and also try to paralyze Naruto using the lightning. Now, when it almost hit Naruto, it did hit Naruto, and Naruto's like, you're doing great, Sayana, but don't think you have just won. Poops into a clone. And of course, Sayana says, damn it, it's a clone. Naruto appears right behind her, having a kunai to her neck, and says she would have been dead in just an instant. Don't think, if you can have a lucky shot, don't try to use fancy techniques because you will run out of chakra really fast. Keep hiding your techniques. If the person falls on what's called their cockiness, you will strike then. And this is where Sayana says, damn it, I almost got you though. Naruto is very impressed and actually does kind of smile a little bit. He shows a little kind of proudness a little bit, but then stops smiling for a while. And of course, Sayana was amazed with Naruto's smile. It was just a small kind of smile smirk. And of course, she was super glad and happy and very pumped up to to start training again. Here's where Naruto says, Sayana, before you even start training, I know you're hungry. You want to go get food or something? And Serena says, she kind of starts growling her stomach. She's like, she's embarrassed. And Naruto says, don't worry. If there's no food in the village, I would just hunt for the food. And Sayana says, it's fine, Naruto. And Naruto says, come on. Also, go tell Serena that she will also need food if she wants to work on her dojutsu training. And Sayana says, wait, she has a dojutsu? Wait, she's here? She sees Serena over there kind of hiding behind the ice. We're trying to. The ice is kind of melting and it's kind of able to see through. And Serena says, "Ah, Serena, from the other Team 15. So you want to go get food?" She kind of blushes and of course she nods and of course is coming along with Naruto. Now, of course, 15 minutes later, they kind of manage to get some food and all that, which Naruto saw how poor the town is. So Naruto just decides to say, "Don't worry, girls, I know what to do." And of course, well, don't worry or anything. He just didn't say that or anything. He just says, "I know what to do." And he just disappears, and of course, appears right in front of them. So where did Naruto go, if you're wondering? Naruto managed to find a bandit site and saw lots of food. Like this bandit site is basically the main base of the bandits. And Naruto didn't actually notice, but did grab a lot of food. Mostly grabbed all of it. And of course, he is right now putting all that food into, well, different scrolls and to kind of disappear and reappear back into, well, the girls' side. Well, not girls' side, what's it called? The IFU and all that. So yeah, this is where Naruto says, "I got the food," and yeah, this is where the bandits are starving for a couple of weeks, and of course, yeah. So this is where they eat, and of course they start training. Into about 2 days, Serena and Inko are actually training with what's called Serena and, well, their own Kekkai's. So Inko can use what's called Vine Style. Vine Style is basically a Kekkai's version. It's water mixed with kind of what's called water mixed with earth, but instead of being wood style, will actually be vine style because of for Kekkai's to actually use vines. And there's a, well, Sharana, who what's called Kenkai, is to allow to kind of use her voice to either make people go to sleep or scream really loud and make them go to death. So yeah, she's training with that Kenkai. While Serena is actually training her dojutsu and all that, and Sasuke is still kind of knocked out for a while. Sasuke managed to wake up and does train with Kakashi. Kakashi does teach him the Chidori and does tell him never to try on Naruto because he doesn't know if Naruto can just absorb the Chidori, which he can. So yeah. So with that happening, Naruto is just keeps kind of training using more elements and all that until this is where they go back to the what's called castle. Not really a castle. It's a small village, so it's kind of the head of the village and all that. And they kind of sleep there. Of course, Naruto stays up all night because he doesn't really need sleep. He kind of had a bad feeling today, so he kind of stayed up all night and actually saw what was that bad feeling. So Momoshiki says, "I see." So the bandits started attacking. "So let's start having fun, Naruto." Naruto says, "I know. But this is now where I'm gonna leave it off. This is where you thought you were gonna be like, fuck." No. But Naruto, when I jumps down, he actually uses what's called one of the teleportation like Momoshiki does or Kage or anything, and teleports into a black what's called portal and all that. But instead of like kind of going in the portal, he grabs one of the bandits and like kind of one of the black portals appears right behind the bandits, and of course that bandit gets pulled in, and Naruto kills him with a kunai. So of course this is where Naruto throws what's called a kunai with an explosion tag into multiple portals that was like bandits kind of trying to sneak up and all, and boom, 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 boom. Multiple explosions were heard. Kakashi and Nayana, well, I forgot what I call her. I think I was Nayana or something like that. Inko, Sharana, and also Serena, and also Sayana, and also Sasuke all wake up to explosions. And of course, the princess right now being attacked by the real leader. This is where Kakashi and the others are right now attacking the bandits and also different ninjas. But let me go into where's Naruto. Naruto knew about the true leader trying to attack the princess. That's where the true leader says, "Ah, hello there, princess Savannah." You know, I'm going to call it Savannah. Princess Savannah. Alright. He said Princess Bonnie. That's her name, Bonnie. Now, of course, this is where she kind of tries to scream for her like guards and says it's no use. Those guards are dead. So the guards were about to get killed by his men, the leader's men, and of course Naruto appears and stabs them and knocks out the what's called knight, so they wouldn't alert his fun. So Naruto is right now behind the leader and all that. And this is where he tries to grab Princess Bandit. And of course he says, "You will be mine. You will be mine and I will rule over this village." This is where he tries to grab at her. And of course, when he tries to, Naruto appears and took Bandit away. Into what's called the other corner of, the side of, the corner of the, room. And Bandit says, she was about to scream on it and says, "No, please." Until, she opens her eyes and she sees Naruto kind of carrying her princess style on. Well, not princess style, but bridal style mostly. But Naruto kind of lets go of her and says, "Hello there, you must be the leader." The leader says, "You arrogant little brat." Now, this guy's actually an S-rank ninja. And he is pretty tall. I'm gonna say he is tall like, kind of like Blackbeard. He's kind of that big. Is he kind of dark and all? Yeah. Screw it. He's kind of dark. He kind of looks like Blackbeard, okay? From One Piece, but yeah. And Naruto says, "It seems that I'm gonna have to be fighting you. While my teammates are fighting your bandits and ninjas, I'll be fighting you." This is where the person laughs, and he says, "Ha ha ha ha. You're just a weakling kid. You can't do anything." Naruto says, "I know about that." So Naruto, he kind of knocks out Princess Bonnie, knocking her on the back of the head, and says, "But you will be the only one to see this." So Naruto, he gets rid of his Genjutsu. Now Kakashi, he can't worry about where Naruto's at. He's just hoping he's somewhere kind of fighting against a bandit or something. Sasuke is like right now using Chidori to cut through them pretty easily. Well, not Chidori, a lightning blade mostly. Serena is right now using her Byakugan to just knock out almost a bunch of bandits and ninjas using chakra points and all that. Using either her lightning style version or her water style version or her like fire style version. Which her fire style version actually burns the chakra points. And also her water style version actually cripples those who, tries to attack her. And her lightning style version just paralyzes them forever. So yeah. Now, of course, where Serena is right now using her ice dojutsu and her ice style and all that, somewhat, to make ice swords and all that, to cut through them and all that. She's using the fragments, kind of broken ice around that, where Naruto kind of created ice and all that, around the village. And she's happy for Naruto to actually create this ice. So with Serena is right now kind of using her voice to knock out a bunch of people. And Inko is right now using her own Kekkei, her vine, to kind of capture those and kill them. Because there's no way to actually capture that many, so they gotta kill them. Of course, Nayana, who's actually the sensei of them, is actually right now using her kunais, using 2 kunais to stab through multiple bandits and ninjas easily. And uses a water saw to actually knock through a bunch of bandits and all that. Well, not bandits, ninjas and bandits. Kakashi's using Chidori to actually hit the water saw and kind of fry them. So yeah. So back to Naruto. Naruto gets rid of his Genjutsu and says, "You will have to fight me." Naruto's skin is not this like peach color or whatever. I don't know how you say skin color or whatever. But it's not this kind of skin color. It's Momoshiki's color. Kind of white. Like white. He has the horn and all that. The what's called Momoshiki's horn and all that. His eye with the karma seal. One of his eyes are a Byakugan, while the other one is a golden star Byakugan. His what's called karma seal is activated and all that. And Naruto says, "It's time to fight." This is where the person says, "Ah, what are you, freak?" This is where Naruto appears right in front of the person and uses what's called the Chital Fist style. Since he actually managed to copy that from Sayana, uses what's it called? 2 points, 4 points, 8 points, 16 points, 32 points, 64 points, 128 points. I think that's it. Yeah, 128 points. He did 128 points, but then he uses his golden star Byakugan to see where's the actual main pressure of it. And of course, he kind of sends, well, it kind of shows by showing like this golden marks and all that of Chakra and all that, to like cripple this person or actually kill him. And of course, the person was like, God. So of course, Naruto was about to just stab the person like right in the middle of the chest. But of course, dodge an attack because, well, the person still had enough chakra open points and all that. And it was about to punch Naruto straight to hell. This is where Naruto managed to dodge and use his portal to kind of dodge and all that. And then, well, he kind of makes one of what's called, those wooden, you know how Kaguya can shoot what's called those wooden spears out of her hand? Naruto can actually create that. So he makes one of those wooden spears and hits the guy in the leg. Now, of course, his leg is kind of like decaying and all that. And of course, he's like, what the? That's where Naruto kicks the guy. And the guy says, whatever you are, you rat, I'ma kill you. Now, of course, Kakashi and all that are right now easily defeating the bandits and ninjas and all that. But yeah, this is where Naruto says, huh, you really think you can defeat me? That's what the guy says. I can, and I would explode this whole fucking village. He's using what's called jutsu to destruct himself. Instead, Naruto grabs the guy from the face and says, give me your chakra then. Sucking up a bunch of chakra. The person could not do the jutsu. So the S-ranked ninja could not do the jutsu. And he says, what the? I can't do the jutsu. So Naruto, he makes a ball in his hand. A very huge ball. This is actually bigger than the one that he made before. And puts it on the person's face and says, I will give you back your chakra. Take this. Big Bang Attack. I don't know. I just like to name it Big Bang Attack. So yeah, boom. The guy gets obliterated. Naruto's kind of breathing hard and all that. Momoshiki is like happy. Like, ooh, I like this. What an idiot. And of course, I said of course twice, but yeah. Kakashi and also Team 15 notice the giant beam attack, and of course the guys obliterate the S-rank ninja. Of course, Kakashi and the others are already taking care of the ninjas and bandits, and of course Naruto says, "Gotta put my genjutsu back again." Naruto says, "Momoshiki, can you give me a little bit more chakra?" Momoshiki says, "Sure." He kind of gives him a little bit, and Naruto does his genjutsu, and of course he goes back into kind of looking kind of normal, not pale white, and also still having his whisker marks and all that. His karma still being gone, his golden star Byakugan being gone, and of course Naruto's like, I can't let him know about my existence just yet. Momoshiki laughs and says, "That is true, kid. It'd be bad enough." So of course Naruto's kind of just laying there, just for a little bit, and actually goes to sleep. Now the next day happens, and of course the Princess Bana is happy to know that Naruto was the one to save her and all that. And of course her guards were kind of knocked out because of Naruto knocking them out. But yeah, this is where, well, Kakashi says, so, it seems our mission is done. Naruto wakes up and says, what the fuck just happened? Now, of course, Sayana is right now laying next to his bed. Not really laying next to him, but mostly kind of having a chair and sleeping on him. Just hoping for him to wake up. Kakashi was ready to pick him up and says, okay, Naruto, well, Sayana, I'm gonna have to pick him up and kind of, drag him back to the village. He sees Naruto walking perfectly fine and talking to Serena. Kakashi is like, okay, Naruto can heal pretty goddamn fast. Goddamn, okay, okay. This is where Sasuke says, I kill more people. Naruto nailed him in the stomach and said, shut the fuck up. Yeah, Kakashi had to carry him back. Oh my fucking days. I can't carry Naruto, but I have to carry Sasuke. Fuck. So yeah, with Team 15 and Team 7 going back to the village, this is where, well, they get to the village, and of course, they get informed about the training exams. Team 15 doesn't know if they're ready for the tuning exams, while Team 7 is definitely ready for the tuning exams. Serena is very ready, Naruto's ready. He doesn't really care about the tuning exams. He's actually trying to look for the 9 fragments. And Sasuke, he's knocked out, so Kakashi says he's ready. So yeah, with that happening, we go into, well, the tuning exam thing. So of course, Team 7 does sign up, while Team 15 goes somewhere else to kinda, I'll mention them later or whatever. But yeah, now, this is where Kakashi says, okay, for tuning exams, blah blah, they do show up and all that. And well, I'm actually gonna leave it off here. Why? Well, I'm actually getting kind of bored and actually doing this, so I'm actually gonna do another what if. And that's probably another what if that I actually want to finish. Probably. It will probably be what if Naruto was a reincarnation of 7, because I have a very great idea for the ending. But yeah, I'm gonna potato day, potato night, potato seed, potato, potato. Potato.